So the first thing that you want to do is once you're at the Spiffio homepage, on the Spiffio dashboard, you want to click Create Session. And once you've done that, you're going to have to give your session a name. So for this, we're going to call it Spiffio StreamYard Test. Then you got to scroll down and select the languages that you want to use. For our use case, we're going to use English. So we're just going to click English here. And then we're going to scroll down and click Create New Session. Now a pop-up appears and you're just going to click Go to the Session window or Go to New Session. And now you've opened up to the Spiffio Session page. But the first thing we want to do is scroll down to the Endpoints tab, and you can find that under Resources. So let's go ahead and click on Endpoints. And once we've done that, you're going to see all of the languages that you selected to use when creating the session are going to be listed here. For us, we only have English because we only selected English, but if you had Spanish or English or Portuguese or German or any other language, it's going to be listed here. Now what we're going to have to do here is find the endpoint from our streaming destination. So in our case, it's going to be YouTube. So we're going to go to YouTube really quickly. So let's go to youtube.com. And once we're here, we're going to click up in the upper left, or upper right rather, we're going to click on Go Live. And this is just going to open up to your last broadcast, but we don't want that. So we're going to go on the left, and you're going to see three buttons. You're going to want to click on Manage, because that will show all of your upcoming live streams. It should open up into a dark window like this. And once you've done that, take a look. You should see the title of your broadcast up at the top, your privacy setting, and then you want to scroll down and make sure that closed caption is enabled. If closed captions is disabled, you can go ahead and click and enable it again. And then you're going to go ahead and see this post captions to URL, and then a captions ingestion URL. So what you want to do is go ahead and copy that link, and then copy and paste it then into the endpoint for the language that you want to display on YouTube. Once you've done that, go ahead and click Save. Now we have to go ahead and connect the audio of your StreamYard call to the Spiffio service. And we do this through a feature called Cloud Loopback. So in order to do this, we have to go ahead and click on the View Power-Ups button on the right-hand side of the screen in the Spiffio session. Now that page will open up into this Session Power-Ups page, and you just click on Add Cloud Loopback. Once we're here, you're going to click on the video platform that you're using. For us, we're using StreamYard. Then you select your English, and then you click Start. And we're going to go ahead and start, and then it's going to start this process of 2 minutes. And it's just a 2-minute, you just have to wait 2 minutes while it gets set up. While we wait for the Cloud Loopback to enable, I'm going to call my friend Chris really quick, and he's going to tell us a little bit about Cloud Loopback and why it's necessary.
Cloud Loopback is something that we built because of a big customer pain point. So I want you to imagine that you are in, let's say, a Zoom call or a StreamYard call, and you want to caption your own voice. We were doing a virtual audio loopback before where somebody had to install software on their computer that would take the output of a Zoom call or a StreamYard thing and play it back into Spiffio's Captioner so that it could be captioned automatically. The downside of that is that, one, the customer has to install software on their computer, which can get messed up and be confusing to use. A second downside to that is that it couldn't caption the customer's own voice because when they speak, it's not being played back into their speakers, so it's not showing up inside of Spiffio's Captioner either. So we built Cloud Loopback, which basically is a server out in the cloud that gets spun up when you need it and joins your Zoom call, joins your StreamYard call, and that way it can take all the audio from all the participants and run it through Spiffio's automatic captioning algorithm so that you can then get captions for every participant on your call. And it's so nice because it's like, as you can see here, it's just a single click. You didn't have to install any software on your computer. You have it on demand when you need it, and it enables you to caption everybody in the call. So that's this Cloud Loopback power-up that we've built.
All right, thanks, Chris. Now we can see that the Cloud Loopback has finished loading, and now it just says Cloud Loopback 0. So we're going to go ahead and click on that, and it's going to open up to this specific Cloud Loopback's settings page. Now it's really easy to get started. All you have to do is where it says StreamYard invite link, this is where you go and get the actual invite URL that you would send to your guests, copy it from the StreamYard invite section, and just plug it in here and click save. Now what this is going to do is it's going to send the Spiffio automated bot using the cloud, and it's going to enter your call. It's going to be behind off stage, so nobody's going to see it, but it's going to be listening into your event and automatically sending your audio into Spiffio. So there it is. And you can go ahead and mute it yourself, or you can leave it unmuted. It's not going to say anything. It's just sort of going to hang out there. So now that you've done that, we want to click back to the session itself. So just hit back twice. And then we're going to go ahead and click on this blue button, Control as Operator. We've now entered into the Spiffio operator view. And this is where you can control how the AI works and how it's going to caption your event. The Cloud Loopback that is already in your event is now sending the audio through the cloud from your event into Spiffio using a feature called Remote Control. And it's transmitting. Now, what you need to do as an operator is enable it so that your Spiffio, your local Spiffio, is receiving the audio feed that the Cloud Loopback is sending in. So we've made this really easy. All you have to do is click on this little grayish white cloud icon. And once you've done that, the remote control button, the first one in the upper right, will turn red, and that just means that you are receiving the audio and you should be good to go. What you're going to want to do now is turn on the settings to actually release the caption. So if you're running the event yourself and you are planning on using autopilot, you will click on autopilot, and what that does is just really simply the AI is going to listen, turn your audio to text caption, and then it's going to release it directly to YouTube. That's what autopilot does. Autopilot automatically enables the segmenter, which basically just ensures that the autopilot is breaking up the caption that's creating into chunks and sending it out line by line. So it's not coming out as one big paragraph. Instead, it's coming out as caption that will show up as it's being spoken. Now you have the option of clicking on the auto translate button. Since we're just using English for this example, we don't want this on. But if, for example, you added other languages such as Spanish or German or Portuguese or Chinese or really any other language, and you're using autopilot, you want to turn on auto translate so that the translation is created as caption and then sent out as well. Now, if we go ahead and click on this gear icon, it's kind of hidden. It's right next to the language selector. But if we hover over it, you can see that it lights up just a little bit. And we're going to click on that. And once we're inside of here, we are just going to go ahead and scroll down and look for this autopilot max wait time in seconds. And right now I have it set at 3.5 because 3.5 is a really good number for how long the autopilot is going to wait to listen for context before sending out a line of caption. If you make it too high, it will wait too long, and it'll get behind in terms of sending out the caption. If you set it too short, it will send too quickly, and it might drop some of the text, and it won't have time to process it. So 3.5 seconds is a good number for that autopilot max wait time. All right, now that we've got all the settings ready, we are ready to turn on the captioner. And since autopilot is enabled, it will automatically send out captions. So what we're going to do is just click on this red microphone looking button. And once we select it, you can see that the captions are starting to be released. And as Susan in the StreamYard call is speaking, it's being turned, well, the Cloud Loopback is bringing it in, turning it to text, and releasing it as caption. Now I've gone ahead and turned on the StreamYard Go Live button. So now we're streaming to YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the YouTube view, taking the link from the YouTube Broadcast Studio. And you can see as Susan is talking, captions are coming out and Spiffio is working. Thanks for listening. If you found this video helpful, please feel free to like and subscribe to Theotech, and go to spf.io to learn more about using Spiffio for your upcoming event.